Hi, I'm making this video to share my due process complaint experience with the State Department of Education. Um, after our 9-year-old child was bullied in all the three district schools he attended, he developed anxiety and school avoidance issues. If you heard of this school avoidance before, basically the child has breakdowns after coming home from school. And In the morning, the child doesn't want to go to school and cries, refuses to go to school, or scared of going to school. So when you have school avoidance, basically you have no peace left at home. You have no normal family life. Uh, and in our case, it's because not because of what's going on in our house, but because of what's going down at school. So we wanted the accommodations to help him to settle into his new school, his third Blue Valley school. And so we requested these accommodations, and that made us eligible to file due process complaints with the Kansas State Department of Education against Blue Valley. So this happens, not only in Kansas but in every state. Right? You can file due process complaints with your state's Department of Education against your school district. So how does a due process complaint work? It's basically an administrative hearing. So it's like the Department of Education's court. And in this court, uh, so you are like the plaintiff and the school district is the defendant. You sue your school district. And you have a judge called the hearing officer who can't be an employee of the school district or of the State Department of Education. So this hearing officer is supposed to be an impartial judge. Yes, so everything sounds good. You're given the impression that you have the right to a fair trial if something goes wrong with your child's education. Um, the problem is hearing officers are selected and paid by school districts. And so the good thing is that you don't have to choose the hearing officer, one of the hearing officers proposed by the school, right? So you can disqualify all the hearing officers, or you can disqualify all the hearing officers proposed by the school. So if you disqualify all the hearing officers proposed by the school, then the Department of Education appoints a hearing officer to your case. Right, so the Department of Education appoints a hearing officer, and this appointment is final. So you can't challenge this appointment, and you can't disqualify the hearing officer appointed by the Department of Education after you disqualify the hearing officers proposed by the school. Okay, so our experience. So we filed a due process complaint against Blue Valley School District on February 28th, 2025, this year. So in line with the rules I just mentioned, Blue Valley provided us with two hearing officers to choose from. One of these hearing officers was Angela Gupta, an individual that actually we sued. She's named as a defendant in a federal lawsuit initiated by us. And the second hearing officer, the second option was Larry Root, all right, who is actually Angela Gupta's boss. So they work for the same law firm, the law firm that was founded by Larry Root. And Angela Gupta was made a partner in this law firm, apparently by Larry Root and by the other partners. Besides, Angela Gupta used to work for Spencer Lane, a a prominent law firm in Kansas, Missouri area, and this law firm has been representing Blue Valley since 2020. So we naturally disqualified both Angela Gupta and Larry Roop. And since we disqualified all the hearing officers proposed by Blue Valley, then State Department of Education appointed someone called Mike Norris as the hearing officers. And like I said before, we can't challenge this appointment. And this Mike Norris is basically turned out to be the mentor of Melissa Hillman, Blue Valley's board attorney. So Melissa Hillman worked for the law firm Mike Norris founded for 14 years. So similar to the Angela Gupta Larry Root situation. Right? So she was a partner when she left the firm to work in Blue Valley in 2017. So she joined the firm as a junior attorney, and she stayed there 14 years. She became a partner, and she left the firm to work in Blue Valley like 8 years ago. And she was in that law firm for 14 years. So in a way, Melissa Hillman was brought up by Mike Norris. She was she was inducted. She got inducted into the Old Boys Club by this Mike Norris. So they have like a mentor protege relationship. And what does this Mike Norris do? Who is he? So he represents multiple school districts in Kansas, including Olathe, Soto, Ottawa, and especially Olathe is the neighboring school district of Blue Valley. It's in Johnson County, and it's a Johnson County school district, and they collaborate in many issues. For example, they challenge the school choice legislation together. They issue joint statements, so on and so forth. Besides, Mike Norris's law firm is located in Johnson County, which is the county that Blue Valley primarily serves. And Mike Norris has extensive ties with the real estate lobby here in Johnson County, which has vested interests in maintaining the prestige of the school districts in and around Johnson County. So if you are from Kansas, you know Johnson County. If you're not from Kansas, this is probably every state has this. It has counties like this. It's basically an affluent suburb of a large city. Right? So Johnson County is the affluent suburb of Kansas City. Prestigious, affluent, prestigious school districts like Blue Valley lure families to their counties, and so real estate prices in such counties are typically inflated because of that. Right? Because families keep on moving in to live in a nice place and to send their kids to a decent school. And like I said, we filed our due process complaint in late February, and on March 18, Mike Norris held the first scheduling teleconference of the proceeding. During the teleconference, he kept on saying that he didn't understand me, so he didn't understand my speech, and he asked my wife to speak instead on my behalf. Right? So I could hardly participate in this teleconference. It was a scheduled conference. And the next day, basically, we filed a motion to disqualify Mike Norris, which he denied. So we asked him to recuse himself, and he refused to do that. And there's nothing else we can do, basically. The same happens to judges in court. So 3 days later, on March 21, Mike Norris held a second scheduling teleconference, and this time it was awkward. He started the conference by asking us whether we were recording, whether anyone was recording the conference, and he told us not to record it, not to record the conference without his knowledge. He says, "Let me know in advance." He said, and we said we are not recording. And then he went on to deliver a long monologue on the deficiencies in our complaint and trying to convince us our complaint was without a merit. It was like barred by statute of limitation and a doctrine called the res judicata. So he kept on kind of trashing our complaint in this conference. He went on a monologue, and again, he kept on deterring me from participating. He doesn't understand me, and he asks my wife to speak instead. And it's me and my wife who filed the complaint, but actually, so we know the material facts, both of us, very well. But it's me who do the research, who know the legal terms, who I know the laws. I mean, I'm more familiar. So she's not familiar enough to have any discussion on the legal theories, doctrines, and claims. Uh, Even though she knows our child and she knows what happened to our child, when they start talking about things like res judicata, she can't say anything. And he basically silenced me. He keeps on saying he doesn't understand me. So basically, so what happens? Basically, Blue Valley and the hearing officer dominated discussions, right? Because my wife can't really participate, and was silenced. So basically, it's almost like the hearing officers talking, Blue Valley's lawyers talking, and we're just listening to them. And whenever I try to say something, he shuts me up, Mike Norris. And yes, I really don't remember another time when I had so much difficulty in getting understood by a native English speaker. So actually, that experience made me think maybe I should use AI to record this video, to narrate this video, to talk on my behalf. And it was, my wife. So I'm Turkish, and my wife is Chinese. So she's stereotypically regarded as a docile Asian woman, and I'm stereotypically regarded as a belligerent Middle Eastern man. So he keeps on telling me to stop talking, and he asks her to speak. So it makes us feel very bad. Made us feel very bad, basically. Uh, and So this wasn't enough. We had a third conference. So we had three conferences in a few days, and we keep on getting bullied, gaslighted, and so it's very painful. And we don't understand why we keep on having these conferences just to get bullied and just to get shut up. And March 22, we had another conference, and this time we said we want to record the conference. He said no. So, last time he said, if you want to record the conference, let me know in advance, right? So we let him know in advance. He said no. And when the conference started, we asked him again if we can record it, and he said no. So he didn't allow us to record the conference. Luckily, in a way, this was the last conference, so he ended up dismissing our complaint, which was actually a relief for us. It was enough bullying, really, and so he dismissed. So he dismissed our complaint on April 2, and it was a relief for us after being bullied, belittled, gaslighted, manipulated. by him, and yeah, 3 conferences were enough for us. And on April 2, he dismissed the complaint, and 2 days later, my wife started having health problems that she didn't have before in her life. Um, so it was a painful experience for us. So we still felt good in a way because we didn't have to have another conference with him again.